How low do you think I am? I'm not short, I'm just a little under tall. Well, Steve said, and you're next, Bishop. He seems to have forgotten the protocol, so I'm sad to tell you that if we hold to what is practiced, the bishop has the last word. But since it's a special occasion for you and for this parish, I assume that you may be following me. I want to thank Father General Norvell and Father Provincial Gryle for being with us this morning for this celebration, for taking the time from their very busy schedules to come to our parish to celebrate with us. And to assure them that I, as the Bishop of Biloxi, am very grateful for the presence of both the The presence of the Josephite fathers who continue to minister in parishes in the Diocese of Biloxi, and for the Redemptorist as well. While I am a relative newcomer to Biloxi and to this diocese, those of you who know my history in ministry know that I spent more than 35 years in the Archdiocese of New Orleans, just on the other side of the border. And I had many experience and opportunities there to work with both the Josephites in the parishes that they served there and the Redemptorist as well. And I have since then been an admirer and a great respecter of the ministry and the service that is provided to the Church by both the Josephite fathers and the Redemptorists. I think I've told Father Steve more than once is that I think that secretly deep down in my heart is that I am a wannabe member of a religious community. But that was not God's plan for me. When I was in the School for Delayed Vocations in Boston, preparing to enter the seminary, every week when we had a new vocation speaker come, and he spoke on behalf of his community's work in a different part of the world, I would go back and tell my spiritual director, I know where I'm going now. South America. I know where I'm going now. Africa. I know where. He said, Morin, what did you come here for? I said, to prepare to take the entrance exam to the diocesan seminary. He said, then do what God called you to first. Go to the seminary. So I did. That was the end of that conversation, but I've also been known to say is that I know that those who are called to life in religious communities and orders and societies have a particular charism, a particular call from God, and I say I was not blessed with that particular charism, particularly that of community life, since I'm one who very much enjoys living alone. When I found that happen to me after many years in ministry, I started to wonder what was different about it, as I had been given a place of my own to live in, and I said, I'm alone. I'm not a hermit, but I do like this. And so I don't have the charism for religious life and community, but I truly respect and admire those who have answered God's call to serve the Church in the various groups that minister so well. So I thank the Josephites, in particular on this day, for their long history in this parish, and for the Redemptorists for coming at a time that was somewhat of a new beginning, a rebuilding that we were living through both here as well as in New Orleans. And so to those groups we're particularly grateful. And to all of you, because without the people, there is no parish. And so for your support and the support of your families through the generations, we give you thanks for all that has been done to bring us to this particular occasion. I close only by saying that a very important reason for me to be here as well today is to personally thank Father Steve Wilson for his years of ministry here in the Diocese of Biloxi. I have truly appreciated working with him. He has been a delight, as you know, sometimes providing a lighter moment when you never know what expression will come from his lips. He has that charism. It's called getting away with stuff. But when I meet priests and deacons around the diocese and they say, "Hello, Bishop," I said, "I know who you are. Yes, I know who you are. Yes, I heard what you said." I have a very, very good memory. And when I leave a celebration, I then make notes in the file. Seriously. Well, you believe it, and you might. Thank you, Steve, very much for all that you have done here in ministry. Truly, we hate to see you go. But as approving pastors in the diocese for the last couple of years, when I would visit a parish, they would say, "Please, please, please, Bishop, don't take our pastor away. He's the very best priest in the whole diocese." And I'll say, "I know that. And that's why I want you all to share him with another parish." And then when I went, and I did personally the installations earlier this year of 12 different pastors who were beginning new pastorates, the people would come up to me and say, "Bishop, thank you very much for sending Father so-and-so to us. You know, we're happy." And I said, "Well, I thought that everything was so wonderful here." And they said, "Well, it was good, but..." They said, I said, "Isn't it," my expression was, I suppose dates me, I said, "everything was hunky-dory here." And they said, "Yes, but change is good, isn't it?" And so we have to rely on the workings of the Holy Spirit when it comes to change, is that we do make a commitment. They say, "Don't do this to our priest, don't do this to our pastor." I say, "I am not doing anything. It is your pastor, your priest, who is living according to the promise that he has made to serve the church, not one particular parish, but to serve the church, and for the religious, in cooperation with their superiors, to serve in those places where the community has made a commitment." So while we hate to see Father Steve Wilson leave Biloxi, we certainly want to wish him well in his new ministry on behalf of the Redemptors. Thank you, Father Steve, and God bless you.
From the Holy Father for the parish for our 100th-year anniversary. Also, wasn't it proclaimed our Mother of Sorrows Day weekend? I thought so. Okay, that's got to be somewhere too. We always have those. So anyway, we got this nice blessing from the Holy Father. So I don't want to usurp the bishop's authority, although of course I'm fully aware that I will cease to be a part of this diocese for about 72 hours. You're leaving, so go right ahead. Very quickly, you always say that, yeah, I know. You always say to thank people because you're going to forget somebody. I just think the people right here. I very much appreciate, there's obviously Bishop Morin being here, but we very much appreciate Father Norville being here from the Joseph Pipes with their tremendously rich history of serving African Americans here on the coast. And before I came to the South, I knew who the Joseph Pipes were, but I did not have a real sense of their work. And I come down here to the South, and it's like, it's Jesus and then the Joseph Pipes. But, you know, they began a whole string of parishes, not unlike this, starting in Florida, all the way to Texas, specifically for African-American Catholics in a very different time in society. And so they did wonderful work. So it's a great honor that this was a Josephite parish and that Father Norville is here. Obviously, I thank my own provincial, Father Perry. I thank Father Dennis Carver from the Cathedral to be here, and Deacon Gerald Norris. I know there's people, I defend the people close to me, right? So if you're not close to me, don't be offended. Deacon Richard, or soon to be Deacon Richard, the maybe Deacon Richard. In the corner. And obviously my own confreres, Father Gill, Father Warren, and Brother Gene, I know he's hiding in the back. What do you know? Okay. And also Brother Steve Fujay, who's sitting over there. I thank them very much for all their help and support. Obviously, I thank Father Sean for his, all this time as my associate. You all. Okay, he's not going to be happy I'm saying this. Father Chung and I were classmates. Now that means that we were together for 7 years. I mean, we were in the same set of rooms, studied together, did it all for 7 years. And when Bishop was here about a year ago, Father Chung and I were talking. And I was talking about Father Chung being my classmate. And Bishop goes, "Oh, you were classmates." I said, "Well, yes, Bishop, listen to us for 5 minutes. Either we were classmates or we're married." So, not that I compared myself to Jesus on the cross, but when Jesus was on the cross, he commended all the people to his mother. And they commended Mary to, as their mother to the world. And so I commend to you, Father John, as your new pastor. This is it.